We are now over a month deep into the biggest waste of New York taxpayer dollars I've ever seen. President Trump's statement of financial condition was so undervalued, but Latitia James, as you've seen, will show up when it's a press day. I said it yesterday on the news. She hasn't been here for days, but you know when she's going to come? When the main event's here, and that is Trump. She piggybacked on Trump to get into office. She didn't do it well enough to be a governor. She was a failed gubernatorial candidate. And now she's working on her politics again. She shows up, sits in the back when she should be doing real work because the city of New York has fallen apart. If you are a business in New York, pay attention. You put your value. If President Trump wanted to inflate his net worth on a statement of financial condition, his brand alone could double, triple it. It's basic. It's basic. This is a waste of time. We heard testimony from an expert this week. Ms. James wasn't here for that day because it wasn't good for her. He's been paid by New York taxpayer dollars $450,000 in the past few months to come here and testify. That's your money. That's not my money. It is a crime. And now these children are being brought in away from their families for doing nothing wrong. It's a great company. It has always been a great company. It's worth a lot more than the statements say, and she just doesn't like it. And now her politics don't allow her to back off or back down. And it's unfortunate, but this case should be done. We are wasting our time.
All right, y'all, we are back with another video. And y'all been seeing Alina Habba has not been holding back. She been going off on this corrupt New York City judge and especially Latitia James for all the bullcrap that she's trying to pull on Trump. Come to find out that this woman, Latitia James, is trying to sue Donald Trump. Y'all remember it was old footage of her out that she didn't think the internet was going to get a hold to when she said that she was going to try to sue Donald Trump. She never liked him and stuff like that. And she never thought those videos were going to come out. And that what made everybody say, okay, she got a personal vendetta against Donald Trump. It's just something personal. Like she just don't like Donald Trump. And so she just rather put lies on him to try to paint him in this bad light. Just like we just found out about this J6 situation, that it was a complete lie that the Democrats was running with for the last 3 years. And we just not getting footage and stuff like that. It's just ridiculous how all of these people are trying to take down one man. Why? Because he's winning in all the polls and they don't like it. At the end of the day, Donald Trump is going to be the next president again. It's going to happen. Trump 2024. It is what it is, whether they like it or not. And obviously, we still see Latitia James, them trying to go after Donald Trump, along with the smirky judge, Engoron, I guess that's his name, going after Trump for no reason. And we are all happy that at least that gag order has been lifted, which it shouldn't have been put on Trump in the first place because he's a presidential candidate that's running for president. So why is you trying to place a gag order on Trump? So we are happy that that has been lifted. Now, there was a video right before that happened that a lot of you wanted me to check out where Trump's attorney, Alina, said that this is a bad look for Latitia James, and she's about to go off again. We're going to check it out. Make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Shout out to everybody showing so much support. Everybody been leaving positive comments in the comment section. I also want to thank everybody that clicked on this video for the very first time. And shout out to the one that always watched the video all the way to the end. That way YouTube can share this video so more people can see my reaction. And that really, really helps the channel out a lot. So please stay to the end. Hit that like button. And let's dive into it and let's see what Alina had to say about this situation, y'all. Let's go.
And this was a Biden indictment. Even that stupid trial going on in New York, which has been totally discredited. Everybody's been discredited. That's all comes out of the White House. That's to discourage people from voting. That's to hurt us. The only difference is we have a big voice. But every time I'm indicted, I consider it a great badge of honor because I'm being indicted for youth.
Wow.
And that is former President Trump speaking at a rally in South Florida on Wednesday night on his ongoing legal issues with President Biden's Department of Justice and Democrat prosecutors. The 45th president currently in the middle of a civil trial in New York in which he and his children and the Trump Organization are being sued by the state's Attorney General, Latitia James, for $250 million over accusations that they misled banks and others about the value of their assets. James has been front and center at the trial, appearing in the courtroom and holding news conferences at the end of the day, even as violent crime continues to plague everyday New Yorkers. During James's tenure as AG, crime is up 29% in the Big Apple over a 2-year period, while the city saw a 214% spike in anti-Semitic crimes last month amid Israel's war against the Hamas terrorists. Joining me right now in this Sunday Morning Futures exclusive is President Trump's attorney, Alina Habba. Alina, thanks very much for being here today.
Thanks for having me.
So we just heard from the AG, Latitia James, talking about this trial. She comes out and talks a lot, but President Trump is not allowed to say anything.
Yeah, we have a gag order currently against certain issues that we can't speak to, and we've seen this on many cases of his. You know, Jack Smith has moved for the same thing. And it's really, you know, it's a First Amendment right. He's also a leading candidate. He has a right to speak. He should speak about anybody and anything that he sees that's corrupt. But we do, even I, have a limited gag order.
You have been complaining about the judge's clerk, and you say that the judge is compromised and the clerk appears compromised. Tell me why.
Well, I actually can't tell you why because I'm gagged.
Right.
I can tell you that, you know, we'll be filing papers to address all of those issues. And the fact that, frankly, Maria, I can't even discuss it with you, and I'm his spokeswoman, I'm his attorney, says a lot about what the judicial system, the state of our judicial system right now.
I think I did see that there were donations that the clerk had given, very supportive to the Democrats. That was one issue. Are you going to file to get a mistrial?
Yes.
When will you do that? Today?
Soon.
Yeah.
Very soon.
Okay. And how would that change things? Then you go from day one, you start over again.
You know, the problem is with all of these things, such as filing a motion for recusal, which we've done twice, is that this judge has to be the one that decides, is he going to recuse himself? Does he feel that there was a mistrial? It's a bench trial. We have one judge, and it's the same judge that issued the gag order that has to make those determinations. So at this point, you know, I don't have any reason to believe he shouldn't, after what we've learned, if it's true. But I will tell you that it's concerning when he is the arbiter and the decision maker of some of these issues.
These accusations that he overvalued his assets,
Right.
What kind of third-party people did you have, or did Donald Trump have, in terms of doing their own evaluation? Because, I mean, when you go to get deals, you have to get auditors to okay the valuations that you put in, right?
Right.
Did he have auditors to do that?
He had an accounting firm to put together what's a compilation. The compilation they were involved with, they were there all the time communicating with the Trump Organization. They put their stamp of approval on it. And then there was this disclaimer that everybody always puts on and says, hey, do your own work. The disclaimer is very important. Remember, there was nobody harmed. These are sophisticated lenders, Deutsche Bank, you know, major establishments with all kinds of regulations, KYC, FEC regulations. These people take somebody's numbers. They don't use them. They do their own due diligence. And they weren't harmed. They were paid on time. They were paid with interest. They made money. But Latitia James is putting her nose into private companies and private individuals' work, which is not what's meant to happen. And the law that she's using is a consumer fraud law so that she can establish some way to have control, to not have a jury, to do certain things in this case that are nonsensical and shouldn't be happening. And we've been fighting it all along the way. The problem we have is the judge is the one that's going to make those decisions, and he's proven himself to be quite motivated by the other side.
And you think he's compromised as well?
I'm not going to speak to that, but we'll see.
Yeah. The president's children have testified.
That's right.
Ivanka, Don Jr., and Eric Trump as well. Don Jr. is speaking again tomorrow, correct?
Yes.
What have they been asking the kids? And tell me how they fit into all of this.
They don't fit into all of this. What have they been asking the kids? It's very simple. They'll ask the kids, did you give a value to somebody? Did you do something? And everybody said resoundingly, no, the kids were not involved. I believe that when they crafted this complaint, they looked at their titles and they looked at, frankly, PR. And if they patch in the kids. It's more days that Letitia James can go out there and speak. It's more press for her.
Yeah, that's the thing, though. Every time it have something to do with Trump or Trump kids, like Alina said, Letitia James is always there. Like, why is she there? This woman has a personal vendetta against Donald Trump, and it's just ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. And it's sad that her and that judge is working together because obviously the judge don't like Donald Trump as well. That news already came out. So basically you got a biased judge that already don't like Donald Trump presiding what's going on. Like that right there itself is just crazy to me. And like I said, this video was a little bit before the gag order has just been released. So I can't wait to see what else Alina has to say. Because remember, like when the gag order was placed on, like I said, like as at this time right here that I'm doing the video, she couldn't really speak on everything. Now that it's been lifted, I can't wait for her to do her next interview to see what all she's going to say that she couldn't say before. Because it's just ridiculous that something like this happen. Why is Letitia James, every time it has something to do with Trump or his kids, and why are they even bringing this man's kids into it? Why? How you going to try to tell somebody what their properties are worth when there's no consumers, no banks, nobody else going after Trump? Nobody else. Just like she said, Letitia James, them butting themselves up in Donald Trump's business, trying to see what's going on. Has nothing to do with them. Nothing to do with them. So, like I said, this right here is just crazy. I'm glad, like I said before, I'm glad the gag order has been lifted. I know Trump finna go ahead and start saying more stuff, and I know Alina finna go ahead and start saying more stuff.
And it's more of an impact. Radical left liberals don't really care about facts. They don't care about law. They care about making statements. And these kids did nothing wrong. They should not be in this case. Ivanka's already out of the case. The boys should not be in the case. Their testimony was direct. And they just want to make it as if there was some sort of corruption and some sort of conspiracy. There was none. There was an accounting firm, there were lawyers, and there were sophisticated lenders that all did their job. And nobody got harmed.
Yeah.
But Miss James wanted a headline. She campaigned on this, remember, before she was even the Attorney General. That's how she got the Attorney General role.
Yeah.
She campaigned on Trump, so she had to follow through. And she should really dismiss this case. It's making her look bad, frankly, and the city needs her attention elsewhere.
Alina, we're going to be waiting and watching for your filings for a mistrial, likely later today. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Alina Habba joining us this morning.
There you go right there. There you go right there. She was campaigning against Donald Trump before all of this. That's the videos that I seen. That she was already campaigning, talking bad about Donald Trump. I'm surprised Trump ain't the one suing her. Talking about she trying to sue Donald Trump for what? Because you don't like this man? Because you have a personal vendetta against Donald Trump that you want to try to sue him, which he should be doing that to you for all the slanderous stuff that you said to him, calling him the R word, he's racist and he's this, he's that. Trump did this. Just like Alina said, that Letitia never have too much to say about Trump. While they in court, she always just writing down notes and stuff just to get ready and say after the court and stuff is over, when she go out and speak to the cameras and stuff, she just talk about everything she just wrote down. And it still kind of disgusts me that when you see that video of Trump them in court, how Letitia James was just staring at the back of Donald Trump's head as if he was going to run out of the courtroom or whatever the case may be. She was just staring at this man. And it just disgusts me even more that when I seen them videos of her just talking really bad about Trump, we going to take him down. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this to him. I'm going to do that. Like, it's crazy that a lot of people are trying to use Trump to win in their position. They trying to use Trump to win in their position. Like, it's just crazy. Like I said, though, I will keep y'all updated, especially since the gag order has been lifted now, to see what else Alina is going to talk about, see what else Trump is going to talk about that they couldn't talk about at first. But, hey, man, like I said, this is corruption at its finest. This was just, like I said, this whole New York civil trial shouldn't even been a case. It shouldn't even been a trial. They shouldn't even been in this position. And then you bring their kids into it, trying to get them to testify on some stuff. And it's just crazy. But But like I said, though, we have made it to the end of the video. Thank you all for watching, especially everybody that stayed to the very end. Let me know what you think about this in the comment section. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.